Well, you know what day it is. For those of you who celebrate, it's new Stern Pinball Day, and we finally get our look at the long-awaited Star Wars Fall of the Empire. Will this stick to the original trilogy? What is Spike 3 all about? And most importantly, is it cool? And I can say early, it looks freaking awesome. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Michael B. And in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the just announced Star Wars Fall of the Empire, available now for pre-order from Stern Pinball. I'm going to tell you everything about the looks of the machine, the Pro, the Premium, the limited edition, tell you all about the theme, all about the Playfield, what I think of it, and whether or not, if you have that kind of money, you should consider picking it up or just wait to play it on location. But before we get into that, I want to say thank you so much, everybody, for checking out the video. Guys, I always appreciate the support. If this is your first time to the channel and you like what you see, go ahead, subscribe, click the bell for notification, all that YouTube jazz. After a very short teaser trailer that literally showed us nothing, we get our first official look at Star Wars Fall of the Empire, the newest game coming to us from Stern Pinball, and the first game with the Spike 3. So this is one everybody's been waiting for. There have been rumors online that it was based on the original trilogy. We didn't know if it would be an original story or how it would work. Would it have the assets? Would it have the iconic music? And it has all that and so much more. So guys, if you head over to the Stern Pinball site, it's already been updated. Bring home the fun with a look at the playfield, showing off the Death Star, Millennium Falcon, and some very cool ramps that you're going to see in just a little bit. And there is our new game, Star Wars Fall of the Empire. So we'll take a look at the game. You have your Pro Edition, which is usually what you will find on location. Has less mechanical parts, less other features. So it has a little bit more durability, a little less opportunity for all those parts to break. So that's what, these guys normally get for location. I forget what they're called. Operators usually will pick up. So let's take a look at some of the images. It's a little bit hard to go over here with the new screen that I got, but there's a look at the front of the machine. There's a look at the other side. You'll notice the different artwork on the other side with the speeders from Return of the Jedi. There's a look at the playfield itself. Lots of cool things on here. You have the Death Star, just like we saw in the video showing out. This is where your multi-ball comes from, the Millennium Falcon. This game, from an early stance, looks like it leans heavily pro. Premium usually jump up if there's a different playfield, a couple things missing. Doesn't look like there's a lot of missing early, but we'll get into that a little bit later. Here's a look at some of the mechs. There's your Stormtrooper helmet. There, of course, is the Death Star where the multi-ball comes out, the Millennium Falcon, Jabba the Hutt. You've got your molded Darth Vader helmet. There is your AT-AT speeder where they do this really cool thing where you actually have to take down the AT-AT by stringing the rope around it in the little ship, and you actually have to do the loop around it with your ball to actually knock it down. I think that is so friggin' cool. There, of course, is the, I forget what it's, the Scrub. You got to knock him down a couple times, and there, of course, is your drop target right there. Very, very, very friggin' cool. Now, usually on the site, they would provide what's called a matrix showing you the big differences between what's included on the Pro, Premium, and Limited Edition. I do not see the matrix on this one. The only thing I see here is under the fact, what is the difference between the Pro and the Premium Editions? Premium Edition games feature upgraded mechanical parts and custom sculptures, adding more immersive gameplay and visual elements to your pinball game. In addition to the playfield differences, Pro and Premium Editions feature exclusive translate and cabinet artwork. So we're going to have to wait till we get that special video from Stern, I guess, before this will go out, which actually shows you the very specific differences between Pro, Premium, and Limited Edition. Obviously, when I went through the images, they're shared between all three tables. So a lot of these molded sculptors and mechanics actually might not be in the Pro Edition, and that's something you're absolutely going to need to know before making any kind of purchasing decision. Now, Stern did, of course, today launch a feature vignette talking about the game and the experience of building it. This is the first Spike 3 Stern Pinball machine. It's made by John Borg, and of course, George Gomez is the one that leads us in the description of the video. I've got to say, I'm super excited about this. I think all three editions look cool. Obviously, I need to know more about what Spike 3 does. We're told that it's a more powerful CPU. I've been told it's a Raspberry Pi, so it'll be very interesting to see what this actually is. I mean, the figures on the actual game itself look incredible. I mean, the Death Star multi-ball looks just absolutely fantastic. Being able to knock down the AT-AT is such an iconic moment from the original trilogy. You know, doing all the different cool things from the movies they've included in here, talking about the bigger DMD in the background that's full HD, and being able to have all the licensed music, video clips, call-outs. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. This machine, especially for a Star Wars fan, I mean a true Star Wars fan from the original trilogy, will absolutely love it. Another thing that I think is really super cool, I don't know if they'll show it while I'm talking here, but there's also a force ball save. So if you drain, you can actually save your ball and shoot it back over to the plunger lane. I think that's absolutely amazing. Such a cool feature. Again, all the different things that they put in there, again, like the Death Star multi-ball, knocking down the AT, all really super friggin' cool. It looks like they absolutely killed this game. Now, if you guys are looking for some hands-on experience with the brand new Star Wars Stern Pinball Fall of the Empire, several YouTube content creators were invited to head to Chicago and go to the Stern warehouse this past week. I was invited, but unfortunately, you know, Canada, expense, long trip, couldn't make it, and especially where I'm going on vacation next week, it just wasn't in the cards, but a couple of my friends went. I know Retro Ralph, Justin, Console Kits went, as well as Cool Toy, who already has a review posted. So if you want a lot more detail on the machine and that hands-on experience, go check out Cool Toy's video. I left a link in the description below. He also outlines the differences between Pro and Premium, which I'll save for him to explain, so for you guys to check that out and see which machine will be right for you. Now, as for me, will MichaelBtheGameGenie be getting a Star Wars Fall of the Empire? Well, not so quick. I have actually decided that I'm not a new pinball purchaser. I don't think this is something I would get new in box. This is something I would wait further down the line and pick up a used model. Look at that jump to hyperspace mode that I forgot to mention earlier. Oh man, this thing looks absolutely packed. So many cool things from the Star Wars universe. So like I was saying, I don't know if this is something I would buy new. I don't think so, especially with the cost of pinball machines here in Canada, where a premium would cost me $16,000. I think I'll be waiting for a good used one down the line after I get a little bit tired of Jurassic Park in the future. So anyways, guys, that's just a quick look at the new Stern Pinball Star Wars Fall of the Empire pinball machine, and I gotta say, they absolutely killed it. I love the artwork, I love the playfield, I love the different mechanics and features they've put in there, that force multi-ball, force ball save, that force ball save, and then of course the Death Star multi-ball. Such a great touch, lowering the shields and then getting the multi-ball to come out. The jump to light space jump ramp, really super cool. Knocking down the AT-AT is a dream come true. Like, they did so many cool friggin' things in this machine that are not only cool pinball tricks, but also iconic Star Wars moments, making sure they had the artwork, they had the right to the video clips, to the callouts, had the iconic John Williams music. Everything looks on paper like this thing is going to be incredible. Of course, you can't really decide whether or not you want to buy a pinball machine till you get to try it. I am so jealous of the people headed off to Pinball Expo coming up in October that are going to be able to get their hands on this. I'm hoping to get my hands on it a little bit later down the line, check it out for myself, and if everything plays as well as it looks, this is definitely one I would like to add to my lineup in the future. Anyways, guys, let me know what you think down in the comments below. What do you think of the new Star Wars Fall of the Empire pinball machine by Stern Pinball? I mean, we learned a little bit about Spike 3, but not its full capabilities yet. Of course, you're going to have to check out the guys that went there. They might have more information. But me, on an outside perspective, just looking at the assets we've been provided with, I'm pretty friggin' excited. Anyways, guys, thank you so very much for watching. This is Michael B. the Game Genie. I'll talk to you next time.